Hello, my name is Mars, and welcome back to Pyre. No one wants to talk to us in the Black Wagon, which makes me very, very sad. I guess we have no choice but to continue our journey. I suppose I could go read a page that has just been revealed in the book, but no one wants me to start an episode by reading out of the book, so let's just continue on. It's all very solemn. Or solemn. Get it? And it's still raining. Has it stopped raining since the cycle even began? That's nuts. Alright. Where can we land? Emperor's Fall or Emperor's Ascent? Jodariel shall gain 6 favor from the scribes if you land here. Or Pamitha shall gain favor. Pamitha or Jody? It's really a choice between Pamitha and Jodariel. Who I want to liberate at this point. And again, it is the same, conundrum I had last time. I haven't learned all of Jodariel's story. And if it's an issue of learning stories, I want to keep her around as long as I can. Although last time I wasn't sure if I wanted to try and liberate Headwind because I hadn't heard his story. I did his little side quest and then he gave me his story. So maybe I will get Jodariel's if I give her some favor. So okay, that's my reasoning. You land amid the sublime grandeur of Mount Jodariel, at whose summit awaits the liberation rite. Thus begins our third ascent to the fall of Solium. My agents in the Commonwealth report our plan is proceeding. Let us strive again to liberate one of our own and raise its chances. Seek the Imp Scribe's favor. With some time to spare after having landed, you join Jodariel on a brief expedition to the monument of Ha'ub the Swallow. Why would you want favor from Ha'ub? I would think you would want favor from Solium. I wonder if you scribes are listening at all, much less to one such as I, who never held much faith in any of you. Perhaps I have been more open-minded. I am not here to ask you your favor then, but to apologize, for I was certain your long time since passed, and I was wrong. Soon you and she are finished paying your respects. You return to the wagon in silence, feeling as though Ha'ub the Swallow has shown you favor. You shall soon begin your ascent, though there is time as yet to pursue your vocations. Oh, she gained quickness. Nice. Alright, so I'm definitely going to want to use her. Do you want to talk to me? Yes, please talk to me, Jody. Ease my mind a bit. You find Jodariel seemingly deep in thought. You consider whether even to bother her. Your presence is not unwelcome, reader. Remain a moment, please. She stares at you for some time. Today marks the beginning of my 16th year in exile. You look back at her and remain silent. You sense that all she wants from you right now is for you to listen. I have kept count. Put notches on this breastplate of mine for each passing day. Notice how much it has frayed. 16 years, reader. The orphans whom I fostered would be long since fully grown. Some of them are likely gone. Many of them spoke of how they longed to one day serve with me on the blood border. Sometimes I cannot help but wonder, if I still were captain, could I have protected them? Could I have made a difference? I think not. The Commonwealth and the Highwing remnants, they have fought eternally. Those such as I have come and gone throughout the age. I catch myself feeling pity for my years, but then, had I remained there on the blood border, it is unlikely I would have lived to see this day. She looks at you again. Do Do you know why they cast me down? I was a decorated captain. They said I was the best. She closes her eyes a moment before she continues. One day, it was a standard patrol, but I ran across a pack of harp fledglings, fully armed and preparing for a strike, but all on their own. They were nothing for my regiment. We ensnared them all and took them in, a considerable prize. They were not yet conditioned and could be made to talk. When the order came down that they were to be executed, I could not bring myself. The Commonwealth, priding itself on mercy, committing such acts through one such as me, it was unconscionable. I feel like the Commonwealth doesn't know what the word mercy means. You know? Like, someone make him play Undertale. Pat, go down to the Commonwealth and give those dudes a copy of Undertale, like you do. Teach them what that word means. So I thought then, at least in my younger years, I let the damn birds go, made no claims as to the contrary, and turned myself in. I was cast down the following week, 16 years ago. Thus, my enemies had the last laugh in that exchange. If I were faced with the same choice again today, I do not know for certain that I would have chosen just the same. Now, then, I shall go and mark this occasion as I have always done. Be well, reader. She heads out of the wagon, alone. Alright, Jody. Let's read your bio. Her crime was insubordination for insurrection. A seasoned captain serving on the blood border, and she fostered the orphans of her fallen brothers and sisters. Oh, they were the orphans of her squad mates, I guess you would call them. That's very nice of you. And of course she didn't want to kill the fledglings, they were children. One day she captured a flock of harp fledglings who had flown too close to the Commonwealth. When she was given the order to put them down, she refused, and thus was sentenced to exile. There, she survived on her own, and gained her horns. Many years later she encountered Hedwyn, whom she last remembered as one of the children she had in her care. Oh. Okay, so I was like, if she said she knew him since he was a child, does that mean he was exiled when he was a child? But no, she helped raise him. Oh. She's like his mom. Oh. That's so nice. I'm glad I finally know. I mean, and I also think that settles it. I think that we're gonna try and free Jodariel. Exiles bearing the raiments in this book reveal their hidden inner aura in the color of their flame. The aura is the exile's solitary weapon in the rites. Should one's adversary cross one's aura, the adversary shall be banished. Banishment is fleeting nothingness. Seek the Pyre's light, and thus make your return. The exile's presence shapes the aura. Exiles gain greater auras while standing side by side for their triumvirates, for we gain strength together. Exiles may cast their aura through sheer force of focus on this book. Alright, and let's read about the Nightwings. What is life without an adversary? If not for forces that conspire against the will, life would be devoid of its innateness, the desire to overcome. Thus, when we, the eight, at last each fashioned a triumvirate based on our own ideals, we realized a void still needed to be filled, as the night sky needs moonlight. We eight were united. Our triumvirates shared our affection. They needed us to set them all against the common foe. Thus did we form the Nightwings, a triumvirate envisioned to exceed them all, both through means mortal and divine, and give an undue favor in each turning of the cycle. They are the adversary we all face. Alright. Let's do a little more studying in private. Which do we want? We already mastered presence. Do we want quickness or hope? How about hope? All Nightwings have +2 hope. Yay. They come back faster. Ooh, I got an achievement for doing vocations 10 times. Found your calling. Temple High Road or Temple Cistern. Ruki shall gain favor from the scribes. Or Gilman shall gain favor from the scribes. Who do I want to use? I kind of feel the idea of using the original, the OG 3 in this rite if we're thinking about liberating one of them. Let's go Ruki. I love you, Gilman, but I might not use you now. While traversing the sheer cliffs on the way to the summit, you pass a monument to Jomwer Manymane, and Ruki happens to take notice. Hey, scribes. It's your pal and ever-loyal servant, Ruki Greentail here, just stopping by to say hello is all. If you're feeling generous, just thought I'd let you know I'd sure like to get on out of here this time, okay? So, let me out, okay? I'd owe you one. I don't think you're enlightened enough for that, unfortunately. Soon you and he are finished paying your respects. As you prepare to continue your ascent, you sense that Jomwer Manymane has shown you favor. +2 presence, nice. Because his presence sucks. Baseline, it sucks. You and your companions arrive again at the Scribe's Gate before an archway carved of stone. Shall we, reader? The minstrel leads you towards his counterpart, who seems unsurprised to see you all approach. The exiles of the Nightwings, and you again, Tariq. Greetings, Celeste. Aye, we have returned. The stars shine darkly these past nights. Nothing more than a portent of your arrival, is it? Likely nothing more. Now, they are ready for you. Then come forth. Each of you in turn, please state your name and what it is that you seek whilst crossing Scribe's Gate. Wait, you. She points to Bertrude. You are new amongst this group. You shall go first. Please, do as she asks, Bertrude, madam. We are known throughout the downside as Big Bertrude. We follow Sandalwood, for we are fond of him. He led us into exile, and he shall lead us out. The gate guardian acknowledges her and motions for the rest of you to proceed. Everyone does so, as before, including you. Once you have declared yourselves, she regards you all for another moment and beckons towards the mountain's top. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome. Go forth with glory. Thank you, Celeste. Until the summit, Tariq. Hey, she acknowledged him that time. Alright. Anyone want to talk? No. Hey, welcome back, you guys. You know, I guess this is a pretty decent spot for business all of a sudden. Because used to be it was real bad up here, you know? I'd be here and just wait and wait and wait. And sometimes it gets real cold, like I was telling you before, and stuff like that. So anyway, you buying anything or what? Bottled Void. After getting banished, the bear returns in a burst that draws in nearby adversaries. Cool, I guess. I genuinely don't know if I want any of these other talismans. If I ever will buy them. Kelmer's Anklet. That sounds really cool, but I don't know. I haven't used it. I'll probably just buy some Stardust. Alright, let's see what we want to use this on. It's the same amount as the one I used last time, so... I might just load everything up on the Ashen Coal, because that's just way too valuable. I could, like, beef up the value of Solium's Horn, so when we sell it back... I don't know. Alright. Alright, if we're not using Pamitha, I'm gonna take this off of someone. I could put it on the Ashen Coal. How about the Curving? That seems good. They're leaving, Dad! Just look at how much we got this time! Alright. Again, you have reached the Fall of Solium, where one among you can go free, provided you prevail against the Withdrawn and the Liberation Rite. Reader, we would ask a moment of your time. We have to talk. As darkness falls, the minstrel and Volfred pull you aside. We have some news that is, depending upon how you look at it, potentially unfortunate. The lone minstrel directs your attention towards the dark night sky. The stars are fading. It is true. With the advent of the Titan stars, visibly fewer stars seem to be shining than ones you saw in the sky above. Yes, the stars themselves are vanishing. Why, I do not yet understand, but what it indicates is this. The rites are drawing to an inexorable end. The light of the stars. Without it, the rites would be unable to commence. Anyway, that is the bad news. The good news is there are a lot of stars to go. How many liberation rites remain, I do not know as yet. The arithmetic is complicated. An estimation of the number of stars, the rate at which they fade, the accelerating rate at which we're being summoned here. Anyway, I'll work it out as soon as possible. For now, I felt that you should be aware. We can inform the others in due time. At the moment, though, they have this right to think about. And so do you. Look forth. As the stars above begin to shine, Volfred's words begin to sink in. It seems you have a limited number of chances remaining to liberate your companions, including this one now. Ugh. The stakes keep getting higher and higher, oh my god. Are there more of them? Your adversary shall never be banished after plunging into your pyre. That one actually doesn't sound that bad. But, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I'm not using them. At least not in a liberation rite.
Congratulations, reader. It would appear the rites are drawing to a close. Doubtless the doing of that Orlek in all his bitter spite. For now, your exiles have another chance at freedom here upon the Fall of Solium. So too do your adversaries, the Withdrawn. They fought so very bravely for this moment. Whichever side prevails soon shall send one of its own into the warm embrace of civilization.
The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. I concur. The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. Then, anointed one of the Withdrawn, come forth now and declare yourself, and pay any respects you have unto your adversaries, the Nightwings. The bog dweller Udmilta appears from the shadows and reaches for her mask. We are known to be Witch Udmilta. Our adversaries, they are nothing to us or the one we serve. Ye shall be devoured in the coming age, an age of strife, wrought down by the fell wings and many-seeing eyes of Islach, the astral-born. You speak blasphemy upon the sacred site, Udmilta. If you value your liberty, then I suggest you cease your mocking of the scribes. The scribes. They failed to stop Islach, and he shall rise again. Celeste, she's breaking the rules. You told her not to do this, and she's still... okay, she's not gonna get kicked off. Okay. That's like child psychology 101, Celeste. If you If you threaten a punishment, you need to follow through, or else they will not respect you. As for you Nightwings, ye are of no consequence in Islach's grand design. She dons her mask once more. Soon we shall return unto the land which Islach shall usurp, where we shall offer him our blood, and that of many, many others. Yuck. As for you, Nightwings, you bring darkness with you. What have you wrought upon the stars? Celeste, please. We do not know what is amiss here. The Nightwings have come only to see that the liberation is carried out. Indeed. Then make your choice, Nightwings. Who among you is to be anointed here?
Who shall return to glory?
Alright. Jody. I am going to put... What am I going to put on you? I can make you quicker. I like having the Kerfang on Rookie. So yeah, I might as well put the healing on you. Alright.
Jodariel.
If that is your wish. Of course, Jody.
Stand with her.
And I'm gonna choose Headwind and Rookie. The OGs. Let's take a look at the talismans. Yep, our Pyre suffered damage. She is all the way enlightened. God. Okay, so Admilta is always going to deal 5 additional damage. After she pounces, she instantly recovers all stamina. And she has a wide range for her Greater Blast. This one can fling, and this one can fling. Okay. Alright. Headwind.
Headwind.
I have your back, Jodariel. Let's get you home. And Rookie.
Rookie.
Don't have to ask me twice, not after everything Jody and I've been through.
Very well.
Soon, Islach. Very soon we shall release thee. We shall release thee. As for ye Nightwings, we have much in store for ye. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm nervous again.
Commence.
Oh, nice. Nice start. Damn it. Nice. Rookie does good damage now. Wow. Ouch. Islach, we invoke thee, for we seek thine ancient strength. Befoul our enemies within thy blood. Damnation to the Nightwings. Damnation to the scribes. The invocation of Islach. Your adversary which Admilta has cursed shall summon forth dark pools of banishing ichor wheresoever any exile is banished here this night. Since we have a pause here, I want to call attention to the fact that Celeste and Tariq are changing the lyrics of this song according to which triumvirate we are facing in the liberation rite. When we fought the Essence, they mentioned the Essence, and now they've mentioned the Withdrawn, and they've mentioned witches too. So, like, wow. Nice. Heal us, Jody. Heal us. Damn it.
Alas for Edwin.
Woo!
Last,
Yes!
the Night Wings proved their worth.
Good job to you,
The
OGs.
phrase the same cannot be said. Thus ends the liberation rite. And thus the scribes have chosen. The exile appointed by the Night Wings shall be free. Absolved of all misdeeds, return to glory in the Commonwealth.
I am so
Her
relieved.
adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
I thought we were never going to liberate anyone again. Know that this affront against Isla has been recorded, and his vengeance shall darken the skies. After all this time, she turns her gaze toward the rest of you. I never thought this day would come. I have all of you to thank for this, for doing this for me. The life that I recall back in the Commonwealth was at times difficult, and I am much older now. I know not what I shall find on my return. However, I know this. If that place still is like the Commonwealth I left so long ago, then I shall strive to make it better, for as long as I retain my strength and breath. You see her smile faintly as she disappears into the shimmer pool, though you can still hear her voice, though faintly now. Farewell then, reader, all of you, for now. Jodariel earned back her freedom. May she return in glory.
Godspeed, Captain Jodariel.
Aww.
The 8 scribes are ever merciful.
I'm so happy.
By their grace, the cycle of the rites may yet continue for a while.
Right. Rookie did not quite level up.
The 8 scribes gave their freedom so that we may yet have ours.
You return to the wagon after having prevailed against the Withdrawn in the Liberation Rite. Well done, everyone. May the rest of us soon follow. Feels quieter already, huh? You succeeded in liberating Jodariel, who returned to the Commonwealth in glory. Then, Wilfred asks the groups to gather. You sense you know what news he is about to share. Everyone, I must apologize to bring such news at this late hour, but I felt that you would all wish to know as soon as possible. The context of our plan has changed. He looks about at everyone before revealing to them what the stars have revealed to you both. The stars above are disappearing. They seem to just be fading away one by one. For reasons that the scribes alone may know for certain, though we may all harbor our suspicions. We all may harbor our suspicions. Why did I add the extra word there? See for yourself if you have any doubt that this is so. A hush falls over your companions, all exhausted from the rite, and now stunned into silence. If the phenomenon continues unabated, and we have every reason to believe it shall, then the rites shall cease when the stars no longer shine. Permanently cease, that is. Your companions exchange glances. You sense negative emotions rising. Confusion, fear. Before, I gave you the impression that should the Nightwings not prevail in a liberation rite, there would be other chances. This remains so. However, our chances now are numbered. The exact number I have yet to ascertain, but to be quite frank, there are more of us than we have chances left. Oh no! You sense your fellow exiles are beginning to realize what this means. I know this must be difficult to hear, but it is not to be a cause for panic. Our plan remains essentially unchanged. We shall take which opportunities arise and return as many as we can. I urge you all to take whatever time you need to think this through. At dawn, we shall head south again to Moonlight Alcove. We can discuss this further then. Now please, get some rest. Our path grows harder, though not insurmountable. Not while we stand together. We can still prevail. The group disperses. Some whisper in hushed tones, others turn to their quarters speechless. There will be time later to better understand this omen. Oh god. Someone wants to talk? Hi, Hedwyn. You find Hedwyn on his own after Jodariel's liberation. You sense straight away what is on his mind. The two of them were close through much of his life. He looks up at you, but his familiar smile is nowhere to be found. I'm sorry, my friend. I should be in a much, much better mood right now. It's just... I can't believe she's gone. Then he shakes his head. Listen to me. I'm talking like she's... He falls silent again. You can tell he needs some time to himself right now and turn to leave. Wait, hold on. Don't leave me here just yet. First of all, my friend, thank you. I don't like to think of it in quite these terms, but out of all of us, I really hoped she'd manage to get out of here. She's been here the longest. Not to mention, I'd probably be dead 10 times over by now if not for her. What's more, maybe other than Volfred himself, I have a feeling she's really going to make an impact on this plan of ours, back on the other side. Just the same, though, I'm going to miss her. You and Hedwyn share some memories of Jodariel for a time, though it grows clear to you that he needs some time alone. Thanks again, my friend. I hope that one day all of us can meet again. Jody, she'd be happy on that day, I bet. It is very late now. You part ways after bidding each other a good evening. Alright, I want to look at the planner. Alright, our probability of success is 43% now. That's great. There are only 2 rights until the next liberation? God. Oof. Our chance of success is better, though. Alright, I want to take a look at who we have left. Because, as Volfred said, there are more of us than there are rights, liberation rights left. So I need to start thinking now about who I will be okay not liberating. I think, first of all, Bertrude, I'd be okay not liberating. Because she has said herself she doesn't mind being here. And she's just doing this to help Volfred. So, yeah, I would be okay not trying to liberate her. 2 people I really love having around in a gameplay sense, but also really want to free, are Hedwyn and Gilman. Hedwyn, I was kind of souring on him, but in these last two rites, he has been fantastic with this with this sacred bond, being able to instantly return banished allies. That's great. And on top of that, I just like having him around because he's nice to look at, you know? So, like, I plan to keep him around as long as I can, but I do still really want him to be free because, you know, he deserves it. He deserves it. He really, really does. I would hate to condemn him to stay here forever. And the other one is Gilman. I also really like using Gilman. He's a little finicky to work with, but I like his banishment mechanics. And, you know, out of all these characters, though, I kind of feel the worst for him. Like, he's the only one who didn't do a single thing wrong, and I'm not saying that that alone means that he's more deserving of leaving. It's the fact that he is in so much pain that he thought he didn't deserve anything more than to be exiled. Or anything less. That just breaks my heart. I, knock on wood, have never been in a situation where I have suffered survivor's guilt, but I can understand that feeling of hating yourself so much that you just feel like you deserve bad things. And I want Gilman to see that he doesn't have to suffer for something that wasn't his fault. Alright, Tay, I definitely want to liberate as well. Because, I don't know, I really feel for her story as well. I think it's very, very unfair that she's down here. I just want to see her free and happy. And to fulfill what she feels the scribes want her to do. That would be the best thing ever for her. That kind of just leaves Ruki and Pamitha. Pamitha I want to stick around because she's incredible. She's very, very fast. I like the fact that she can fly. And Ruki, with the Glory Dive plus the Kerfang, he can do massive damage. And he's very, very fast, too. And I'm not that emotionally invested in either of their stories. Like, I don't not feel sorry for them. I, of course, feel sorry for them. Ruki just loves his mama, and he wants to go back to her. But it doesn't tug at my heartstrings in the way some of these other stories do. And Pamitha, I don't know. I said last time I relate to her story a lot too, but it just doesn't tug at my heartstrings like the others. And so she and Ruki are not priorities. Neither is Bertrude. These three definitely are, though. Maybe I'll try to level up Tay and get her liberated next. I don't know. Just some musings as this new constraint upon the gameplay has been introduced. I just need to get all my thoughts out there. Let's at least go to the hideout before we end the episode, I think, because it was a shorter one. Good morning, everyone. We are at the mercy of the stars, and none can say how soon they'll shine for us again. Let us recover for a while at Moonlight Alcove and decide how to proceed. Right, let's bide our time. Best make yourselves as comfortable as possible for the time, Nightwings. The rites ought to commence again before we know it. Until then, be well. Thus, you and your companions remain on the mountaintop, waiting for the stars to shine again. The cycle of the rites is ending. The news that Volfred and the Lone Minstrel reveal to you now threatens to disrupt the group's resolve. Who most deserves their freedom? Can there be hope for your revolutionary plan to change the Commonwealth if too few exiles manage to return? These questions hang like a fog over you and your companions, as you linger there on Mount Jodariel. For now, the exiles of the Nightwings vow to stick together, for as many opportunities as they shall have. Many moons pass. One cold evening, Volfred finds you off on your own. Well, my girl, it's time once more. Come see. Volfred indicates the sky, and through the snow you see that he is right. Soon, all of your companions are gathered. Volfred regards the group in his steady manner. As you all know, I have refrained from participating in the rites myself. This was a long-held choice of mine for a variety of reasons. Chief among those reasons is so that I might direct our plan, free from unwanted attention, both from our adversaries here and those who would oppose us in the Commonwealth. Another reason is my past experience conducting the rites. It did not end on good terms. Before my time, the Nightwings comprised 3 exiles: Brighton, Orissa, and Orlech. Brighton, Orissa, and Orlech. Little Tizo was with them as well, still learning in their ways. After Brighton regained his freedom in the liberation rites, the Nightwings took me in. A story for another time, but for one thing, I had capacity to read the ancient book. Anyway, when next we earned our way into the liberation rite, Orlech was anointed for return. He had long been in exile, and his horns were beginning to show. We prevailed. Little Tizo snuffed the accuser's pyre. Thus, Orlech earned his freedom. However, just as the shimmer pool was to engulf him, Orissa, she shoved him from the precipice and took her freedom in his stead. She perished, of course. Only the anointed can transcend the shimmer pool. But she thought the warnings were a myth and paid the price. She was always restless. I presumed Orlech perished too. To survive a fall from Mount Jodariel, I was left alone. Subsequently, I made no attempts to reassemble the Nightwings, knowing that such treachery, such harm was even possible as part of this ordeal. I, frankly, still do not hold Orissa entirely at fault for what transpired. I hold instead the Commonwealth responsible for it to put us in this desperate situation. And I resist the urge to think the rites may partly be to blame for pitting brother against brother, sister against sister. Volfred breathes a deep sigh. Now I see that Orlech yet lives, at a time when our plan is already in motion. And even the stars are fading. Perhaps a signal that the scribes themselves know that the Nightwings are divided, and that they do not approve. But I choose to take it as a sign that we must act. The scribes have put us in a set of circumstances where each one of us may rise to the occasion. The Nightwings and our plan need all the help that they can get, and so I have made a decision, which I wish to announce here to you all. In the name of the Nightwings, and reader, by your leave, I would conduct the rites again. Long have my skills languished in the matter, I admit, although I trust I shall regain them soon enough. Yeah, I figured we would be able to play as Volfred eventually, because when we go up against H. Manley Tinderstoff and we check his bio, we do get like the little tutorial explanations of his abilities. So I'm like, of course we're gonna play a sap eventually. I also got it spoiled to me on Discord, which I do not resent at all. I don't mind spoilers that much, but please don't spoil me in the comments. That's my one request. If I go out looking for spoilers and I find them myself, that's on me. Anyway, while I once vowed never to conduct the rites again, our present situation calls for all the resources to be brought to bear. So, if I may be of use during the rites to come, I shall avail myself. That's all. Now then, our reader shall determine where we are headed come first light. Volfred bows his head to everyone, while the others exchange looks, then, one by one, salute him in return. Volfred stands ready to conduct the rites again. Welcome him back. Alright. Yay, we found an exile for each of the different masks. Nice. Once more do several stars shine bright in the night sky, revealing several paths for you to pursue towards salvation. Let us choose. Triesta, Kalmer, and Gaul. Let's see. The Pyre Hearts, the Fate, or who's down here? The Dissidents. We haven't fought the Dissidents again, and I've kind of been curious to do so. They're the ones we're gonna fight next, unless we defeat them, I guess. In which case, they will lose favor, and we'll probably end up fighting the Pyre Hearts instead. I don't know. I'm curious to talk to the Dissidents again, especially since, just because we know them the least, I feel, out of all these characters. We're, gonna be butting heads against old Barker again, are we, sister? Guess it helps to know ahead of time so I can brush up on my groveling. He then shares with you what he knows of your next opponent. Barker Ashpaws, a volatile cur whose pack, the Dissidents, conduct the rites more so for thrill than freedom. Back on the other side, Barker never quite took to the culture of the Commonwealth, and often ran afoul of the law for various acts of boorishness or vandalism. He almost promised to go straight, and in time he found a certain niche, for he was an accomplished hunter. And the people of the Commonwealth did have an appetite. Barker relished the hunt more than anything, and spent his earnings on a variety of questionable things. One particularly raucous evening, Barker was caught relieving himself on the foot of the statue of the Archjustice Androbles IV, and that was the end of his citizenship. Oh no! He got exiled for public urination. Oh man. That's so embarrassing. Rookie, you have no reason to be scared of this guy. God. In the downside, it seems he caught the notice of the Dissidents, who in turn must have observed his speed, ferocity, and fearlessness. He is now the best of them. Barker's reputation grew among the exiled curs of the Jomor Valley region, where he is feared and unafraid of taking what he wants. Not long after they fleshed me down, I was just trying to make ends meet and made a deal with him. In hindsight, let's just say it was a bad idea. He could make my life go real sour if he wants. Anyways, I better go pass out. We got a long few days ahead. You wish Rookie a restful evening in turn. It is too late to take flight, though tomorrow you can press on. Okay, alright. I stretched the episode out a little bit, just because once the Liberation Rite was through, we weren't even at the 30-minute mark. But here we're gonna end it. Oh god, there's a ticking clock now. That's really cool, but also really upsetting. And I'm gonna have to find myself making harder and harder choices as this goes forward. Luckily, I feel like I have a good grasp on who I want to prioritize, but it's still gonna be hard. I guess next time we gotta start making those tough decisions and really working towards the plan. Until then, I have been Mars, and I will be back with more Pyre.